3 simple, effective exercises which you can do from home that'll help assist you with those high kick woes. You're going, I can't get my leg way up high. What's wrong? I'm doing all the stretches at home. I'm gonna give you exactly what you need right now. Because I've been involved in martial arts for over 3 decades, I've heard so many sob stories from people going, I can't touch my toes, or I can't kick above hip level for the life of me. And because I've seen this so much, I've really prioritized trying to come up with exercises that help assist people getting that leg from here right up there where you can extend out and have that control, that flexibility, and no aggravation as you kick. And what I've noticed is doing basic things like just sitting down and throwing your legs out and just sitting here for 10-15 minutes, while it assists you a little bit, it is not the end result that we want. And a lot of people don't have the time to just sit here for 20 minutes. So I've come up with 3 exercises for you today, which are going to hit all the muscle groups which we need to loosen up, plus help you build strength for those high kicks, which you just so desperately want to be throwing. But first, everybody, a word from our sponsor, Primitive Scientific, who are now my go-to multivitamin because very simply, they pass all the third-party testing. I know the search for finding the right multivitamin for you is daunting, but I found a gem. Primitive Scientific multivitamins and electrolyte products are all certified by Phytovest, which is third-party certification and is the only certification that considers formulation efficacy and has stringent purity standards beyond organic, NSF, and non-GMO requirements. And something else I love about this company is Primitive Scientific focuses on full spectrum extracts, concentrates, and fermented ingredients that prioritize correct forms of all vitamins and minerals for those looking for the correct dosages found in food. I have a link down below where one of the leaders in the industry compares all the different supplements and goes, Primitive Scientific is #1. You can check out that. Plus, I have 2 links there where you can save 30% on their products. All right, everybody, 3 exercises which you can do at home. I'm gonna take you through these, and then once we're done, I'm gonna talk about how frequently you should be doing them per week, plus volume. But for now, I just want you to see these motions, be able to write them down or remember them, and then from there, we'll move on. Number 1 is a nice little sequence where we're going to touch on stretching the hamstring, engaging the hip, and hitting the quad. I have my students, my younger students, kids program do this, and many of them can just get that leg floating way up there. The whole motion looks like this, and of course we'll have to hit both legs, but we start with a foot on a chair. A foot on a chair is a great opportunity for us to take advantage of learning to pivot. As I pivot, I elevate the weight off the heel. Doesn't need to be super high, but I'm just going to get it a little bit up, and I'm going to transition to my round kick position. This is something that I want you to get really good at. You could just go back and forth. See how this foot turns from the round kick to the front kick. So to start this motion, we lift the leg up, drop your chest towards your knee. Number 1, hamstring stretch. Number 2, flip over in that pivot, go to your round kick position. Now from here, elevate your hip or your foot as high as you can. Right away there, you're gonna feel that light up. Flip over, again, I engage a pivot, so now my toes are pointing this way, and now I drop as low as I can. You're gonna feel the hip flexor and the thigh there light up in a big stretch. I come out of it, and I flip back. Well, I lost my little foamy there from my foot, but then I start again. Lean in, flip over, elevate, flip over, drop, and reset. And you just see how I can turn this into a nice flow. And probably after a few of these, you're gonna go, okay, I'm starting to feel the stretch, starting to feel the burn right there. This one for me is always so deep and almost nauseating. Go through this motion, have fun with it, challenge yourself as you get better, going higher up. Everything will get easier at a certain height, so then you can take the chair, could be a sofa, whatever you want. From here, 1, flip over, 2, flip over, 3, and drop down. Usually I like to have some sort of cushion, so you could either take a towel and wrap it around if you're using something like a bar stool or a seat, which is a little bit harder. But this one here, it's gonna get your hamstring, it's gonna help you develop that ability to lift the leg up, and it's gonna get everything in the front. Fantastic little drill to work, but like I also said, you could just start off and practice this motion, because one of the issues that people have when trying to throw head kicks is learning to properly turn their hip over. And a lot of the struggle comes from not knowing how to pivot correctly and open up the hips. So that's a fantastic drill to start us off. Drill number 2, we're gonna get down onto the floor and we're gonna spread the legs out really wide. Note how I don't have my heels. I don't have my heels tucked in tight, but I also don't flare them out too far. I wanna make a 90-degree angle right at my knee. Now from here, I'm gonna push my hips back, and we're gonna be able to just go 1, 2, 3. Once I get to here, I'm gonna pull one heel into my glute and extend the other leg out. And then I'm gonna we call it windshield wipering. I'm gonna windshield wiper 4 times, 2, 3, and 4. Now from there, I'm going to very quickly up and elevate to one side, up and elevate to the other side, reset, start again, 1, 2, 3, windshield wipers for 4, quick rotation, up, quick rotation, other way, flip over, reset. This one here is gonna get the groin so much deeper in my experience than doing this. Look at how deep I can get here. And for me, really, I'm going, it's not too bad. But once I get to here and I push that leg out and I dig backwards, oh, it hurts so much more. And then getting those windshield wipers and transitioning after that to a quick touch on the floor, getting the glutes as well, just rotating from side to side and staying active on this whole drill. Oh, even there, I feel it. And I'm a flexible guy, and that challenges me. So you start off, you take it slow, you flow through it, but as you start to get more and more comfortable with that motion, I'd advise you make it a little bit more dynamic. Add a little more speed in, don't hang out for too long, because we don't want too many static stretches, right? We don't need to lean down and hold and hold and hold and hold. You can definitely do that sometimes, but a kick is dynamic. And I like the dynamic stretching over the static if we're looking at which one should I put more volume into. The final exercise that I want us to work today is getting our hand against a wall, a chair, some sort of supportive surface, getting a good pivot on our standing leg, grabbing the kneecap, and lifting as high as we can. Now, if I drop my heel, you're gonna feel the stretch decrease so much. So we're gonna keep that heel really high, like we're getting ready to throw a round kick that's coming across, not coming upwards. And we're going to pull as high as we can, hold for just a second, release. And you just go up and down. Let's say 3 times. And now from there, extend the leg out, again like before, get 3 little lifts. Really focus on trying to maximize height, as opposed to just going, oh, I'm trying to really work the muscle. Try and swing so you also get a bit of a stretch. And then once you've completed that, a couple quick snaps, 1, 2, 3, and then start again. Just lean back. This one you can just focus primarily on the stretch. Now we're going to engage the muscle, 1, 2, 3, and then as high as you can. You don't want to be kicking down here unless that's your max height, but get it up to a full height, 1, 2, 3. And you just rotate through a few times here. Oh, and you'll start to feel it very fast. Those are the exercises which I want you to put into your training so that you can start getting those legs up to stomach, chest, and then eventually head level. Now that we've wrapped up those 3 exercises, I want to quickly remind everybody that my defense course is now available. We have a launch special, save 35%, 30 plus videos teaching you how to defend yourself like a professional. Link down below at vargacombat.com. Let's talk about how often you should be doing this, because that's always a question. People always ask, how much volume should I be doing? If you want to really improve, you can't be doing once a week. It's not going to do anything for you. You might plateau your level, you won't get any worse, but you really won't get better. Twice a week, a little bit of improvement. I would suggest 3 to 4 times. 3 to 4 times per week. You don't necessarily have to make this a whole workout. You could do each of these drills for about 3 minutes each, turn it into a 10-minute routine. Could be pre-workout, post-workout, or just something on its own. But do it 3 to 4 times per week, and that's when you'll really start to see that improvement. Again, you don't need to be doing this for hours. If I was going to do this one routine here that we just finished with, I would probably go maybe minute and a half on one leg, shake out, it's going to start to burn, minute and a half on the other leg. That's it. The drill is done. The first one, which we did with the chair, maybe 10 reps. Take this chair, put your foot up, number 1, and 2, and you just do 10 of those for each leg. And then down on the floor, same thing, just put the timer on 3 minutes. Just pulse, side to side, little swivel, little swivel. You can do some of them fast, some of them slow. That was probably about 10 seconds. If you slow it down, it's going to be more like 20. So you're not going to be down here for an enormous amount of reps. And that is exactly what I would do 3 to 4 times per week. Again, pre-training is fine. Post-training when you're warm is also great. Sometimes just on its own as you're watching TV or something. You can mix it up. I think you'll have more benefit if it's sometimes pre and post workout, sometimes just on its own. So let's call it that, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, hit those links in the description below. And as always, train hard. I will see you back here soon for another video.